Life is a road, straight and narrow. Stay on the road, and it will take you safely home. But make a wrong turn, and you will meet the darkness.
And also, it's been a lot of talk between media, how Black media platforms that basically we feel like, well, a lot of Black media platforms feel like when Black celebrities get to a certain status of celebrity, they end up, not giving those same Black media outlets that were pushing them and supporting them the same support as they do of major white platforms when they get to a certain status. So I just want to know, do you or your colleagues that, are Black celebrities, do you all make initiative to make sure your team and your publicists, give those same opportunities to Black media platforms?
Good question. I don't think there's a concerted effort or initiative to do that per se. I don't feel like I'm above doing, I can only speak for myself. Let me just do that. I don't think I'm above talking to any Black platform because they're Black. So that's not something I would do. I will say this. There has been a huge surge of platforms in general. And perhaps some of the people that you are speaking of are a bit more old school, and they're used to dealing with only the major platforms, and they weren't accustomed to all of the social media platforms. And, there was a time when there was no blogs, right? And now there's an influx of them. And sometimes it might just be an issue of either timing or, something like that. But I can't speak to that. I try to reach out to those that want to reach out to me. And I feel like there's audiences to be had in every crevice.
The detective's here. She's going to be taking over.
I'm certain I know you from somewhere.
I don't think so.
Come on, stay and play.
Wow. With our current climate of, with kind of being a race war, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, crazy year. I just want to know, how have you all given back to your community during this time, even if it's, signing petitions, protesting, or just giving back your time? Because, it doesn't always have to be monetary.
Dion, you've been out there in such a big way, encouraging people to vote, and you can talk about that a little more. And I was involved with that with you. But I think the biggest thing is just, really getting people to vote and getting people to stand behind the things that matter to them so that their voice is heard once and for all. That has been one of the biggest things. And then trying to really help those people in need right now, people who are hit the hardest by COVID, either on the front lines, people who are, month to month with their paycheck, who, otherwise, if they can't make their rent, are going to be rendered homeless. It's just, we have to come together as a community and help one another. That's the democratic way. That's democracy. That's the way to be. And so it's been great to use, a platform for that. When you wonder, like, why did I ever sign on to Instagram if you can't do anything real with it? That's reminded why you did.
Yeah, I would add to that, man. Like, I could be on this Zoom for an hour with you talking about this, but yeah, we created a foundation called Be Woke Vote, which Hillary Swank jumped in, rolled her sleeves, was a part of it. Myself and Roxanne and Robert Smith, we registered 870,000 people to vote this year. We were in the streets. We were in 46 markets. And I think, we led a few marches that had over 50,000 people. Look, if we're not willing to sacrifice our lives and sacrifice who we are, sacrifice our careers, so that people will understand that there are so many social injustices in the world that we live in as Black people, then you shouldn't even be here.
You're afraid I'm going to expose you to your wife?
It wasn't a robbery.
Can you think of anyone who might want to harm you?
Friends, family, a woman you screwed and discarded?
You know, our current climate in the world with, you know, having a pandemic and having basically a kind of race war going on this year. How has this everything that's going on in 2020 has affected your mental health?
You know what? I exercise daily. I really try to stay focused and stay in the moment. It can, you know, I've seen a lot of friends and a lot of family go through a lot of hardship. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, when you don't have the money to feed your kids and you don't have a job to have a home or a roof over your head, it breaks you. You know what I mean? It breaks you. And fortunately for me, I've been able to stay consistent and work through this unfortunate time. So my mental health is good, you know.
This wasn't part of the plan.
Did you do it?
Did I do what? I am not a murderer.
I don't believe you.
I made one wrong turn. And it cost me everything.
Well, then you shouldn't have come to Vegas.